So let's get gridded up and meet the starters. For 78 Designs, heat race number 1. On the pole, out of Bonham, Texas, it'll be the 211 of Broxton Malone. To the outside, out of Kaufman, it'll be the points leader, Dusty Lee Jr. Clayton Stevens draws spot number 3 for heat race number 1. To his outside, the 5 of Cutter Bell. Landon Capps starts in P5 here in heat race number 1 with R.C. Gregg to the outside. Tate Reynolds deep in the field's got some work to do as he starts 7th. Rance Llewellyn draws 8th. Mouth of the South, Jack Clark will draw 9th. Kaysen Capps in the 10th spot with Aiden Turner rounding out the field 11th. 11 cars, top 2 will move on to the feature. Everyone else gonna have to race through one of those treacherous B mains. And if you've been watching the Lonestar Modified Series throughout it all, you know how bad those B mains can be. So as we get ready to go, off the right foot of Broxton Malone, green. Oh, no! Taking them deep. Nope, green flag, we're back underway. Landon Capps blink. I guess we'll have to chalk it up to missing the heat race. Here comes Dusty Lee. Going to drive underneath the 21B of Broxton Malone down the back straightaway. They're going to make a little contact going into turns number 3 and 4 this time by. Here comes Tate Reynolds up the 3rd. Zach Clark making his way through the Junior Limited Modified. Meanwhile, it's all back up front. Dusty Lee has been chasing the tail feather of these LCD guys all season. Can he finally knock out those bridesmaid honors? Here comes Tate Reynolds to the outside. Zach Clark throws a hell of a slider into 3 and 4 this time by. Watching this camera angle, watching the battle for first. It's Tate Reynolds. It's Dusty Lee Jr. It's Broxton Malone leading them all the way. He's got the little stitch on the race car. Dusty Lee going to suck him to the back as they come down the back straightaway into 3 and 4 this time by. Dusty Lee's got to get on the binders a little bit. He'll ride the pine underneath. He's to the door this time. Down the back stretch they go into turns number 3 and 4. Slider inbound from Dusty Lee. Doesn't have enough to stick as the caution comes back out. And Broxton Malone will re-inherit the race lead. So as we are bunched back up and getting ready for laps down. 4 laps down, 6 to go. Here they come. They fan out 3 wide back there for the 2nd and 3rd spot. Here comes Kaysen Capps running underneath the 29 of Tate Reynolds. Kaysen's going to throw a heck of a move. Tate Reynolds going to have to get on the binders. Here comes Zach Clark clipping the back of Tate Reynolds, but they had nowhere to go. 2x2 for the lead. 4 wide off of 4 for the 5th spot. Tate Reynolds into the outside of Zach Clark. Zach Clark hits the outside wall. Tate Reynolds going backwards here in a hurry. Zach Clark still might be sitting on the racetrack. Around goes R.C. Gregg on the bumper. Right now it's another 3-car race. Dusty Lee Jr. takes the lead again as the caution comes back out. As we get back to the green flag, we're going to watch Dusty Lee Jr. green flag. We're going to have 3 more laps to go. Actually, it'll be, more like 3 laps to go. Kaysen Capps sucks up to the back of the 88. Dusty Lee Jr. Broxton Malone gets a hell of a run. Here comes Capps back to the inside. He threw a bonsai slider to take that position away from Tate Reynolds. Going to try to do it again to take it away from the 88 of Dusty Lee Jr. Dusty Lee, though, gets a mammoth of the run. He's to the back of Broxton Malone with 2 more laps to go. We will see the white flag and then the LCD checker flag. A little bit of contact there between your leaders. 3-car race. Here comes Reynolds trying to get some Reynolds business. Reynolds wrap it up. Into turns number 3 and 4 they go. 1 and 2 they go this time by. White flag. We're going to come to the LCD checker flag this time. Does he have anything? Battle for the transfer spot. They're 2x2 into 3 and 4. Here comes a bonsai slider. Broxton takes the LCD checker flag. And Tate and Dusty Lee Jr. holds on by half of a cat's whisker. So how about it for Dusty Lee Jr. there coming to the line? Gonna watch it again here. Contact, there's that slider. Dusty drives as far up as the car can go. Still some more incidental contact, and Dusty able to hold on as we get ready here for heat race number 2. It's going to line up like this. Colton Birmingham on the front row to the outside. The 10 of Casey Brunson. The 05, Mr. 5'2", Sonny Penn. And the bridesmaid, Dylan Blackburn. Ryder Egbert, Mr. 78 Signs. Starts in the 3rd row with the flying flagman to the outside. That's Kevin Fry. Ethan McDonald starts in the 7th position with young master Parker McElroy to the outside in 8th. Kyle Whitworth will draw the 9th spot. Grayson Lee 10th. And one of the better drivers in the field, Lane Riley, going to have a lot of work to do. He draws the short spoon as he draws the 11th. It looks like in his Wingstop sponsored number 10 car. Green flag. We're back underway. Taking it all the way to the green. Off into turns of 1 and 2. They run this time by. They're going to fan out. Looks like Colton Birmingham gets a good jump on Casey Brunson. Watching Ryder Egbert through the field. He's trying to battle the 05 Sonny Penn there for the third spot. Casey Brunson down for the inside of Colton Birmingham. That's actually going to be a battle for the fourth spot. Dylan Blackburn sucking up to the back of the 10 of Casey Brunson. We're going to watch the DDR number 78. Kevin Fry and Ethan McDonald there trading horns back there for position. And Ryder Egbert gets a little bit of Dylan Blackburn back there. We're going to watch that battle up front. They're clicking their heels, trying to get across. Huge slider across the nose of Dylan Blackburn. Luckily, Netco didn't register that time. In a 3 and 4, here comes Sonny Pitt on the bottom. Hits the inside wall. They'll allow Kevin Fry to suck up to him. Meanwhile, contact between Ryder Egbert and Dylan Blackburn. They both go around as the caution flag comes back out. And that was aggressive racing between two guys who knew each other well. Watching the replay right here. The heck of a White Castle across the nose. Dylan Blackburn, a little bit of contact back into the corner. And Ryder Egbert gonna finish him off there with a tap to the left rear wheel. And Ethan McDonald got upside down. So put the flip counter there to, I believe that's number 6 on the year for Ethan McDonald. So tough break for him. Guys involved back in the accident as we are going to get ready to go here through the field. We'll be watching the flying flagman. Green flag is back out here. We're going to have about 6 more laps to go. Kevin Fry going to try to door his way into the transfer spot. Off of turns number 1 and 2. They go this time by. Down the back stretch. Here comes the 69 of Whitworth. They're 2x2 for the lead right in front of them. Here comes Brunson to the inside of Birmingham. 2x2 for the lead. 2x2 for the first car out of the show. We'll be watching Casey Brunson this time by. Hopefully try to get a better look at that battle coming off the corner. Here comes Brunson. He throws it right to the inside. On the outside of the Birmingham, you're watching the cam, the crane cam on the inside, the outside. Here comes a little bit of incidental contact for the lead. Oh, Parker McElroy and Kevin Fry find each other outside. We're still watching the battle for the lead. Here comes Casey Brunson. He lost the lead last weekend at the Eldora Speedway and eventually lost to Landon Katz. He doesn't want the bridesmaids' honors, but Colton Birmingham not letting him get that line. He's going to have to take it the hard way coming off the corner. Down off the back stretch this time by. We're still watching Casey Brunson and Colton Birmingham exchange. It's not White Castles. No sliders have been thrown, but it's been a heck of a race so far. 2 more laps to go this time by. Does Colton Birmingham have anything for the leader of Casey Brunson? Watching from the blimp cam, we're going to watch the chase cam as the white flag has been displayed this time by. Flipping through the cams. Off of 3 into 4. Birmingham battles hard, but he will eventually lose to Casey Brunson. Wins the second and final heat race. Dylan Blackburn holds on to third. Colton Whitworth, one of the best heat race runs of his life. He will go in the Lonestar Modified Series, to be exact. Well, then Casey Brunson and Colton Birmingham as we get ready for our B main, and you guys know how these B mains get. On the pole with the 012 of Roy Capps to the outside, the 48 of Dylan Blackburn, the 29 of Reynolds Business, Mr. Tate Reynolds, starting in the third spot. Fourth is Colton Whitworth. Cutter Bell will start in the 5th position. Ethan McDonald rounds will start 6th. R.C. Gregg in 7th. Lane Riley up to 8th. Landon Katz with some internet issues will have to start in 9th. Sonny Penn starts 10th. Aiden Turner in the 11th spot. Grayson Lee will start right now in the 12th and final transfer position. Zach Clark not making the call, scheduled to start 13th. Parker McElroy 14th. Rance Llewellyn in 15th. Kevin Fry 16th. Clayton Stevens 17th with Ryder Egbert rounding out the field. So tough break for Ryder in the heat races. He's going to have to pass 6 cars to get into the show as the top 12. Here we go. Will. Caution lights out in the pace car. 12 cars go. 6 cars go home. Everyone stacks up horridly into turns 1 and 2, but we are racing. Off into 1 and 2 they go this time by. Here comes Dylan Blackburn, going to try to make it 3 wide between him. Reynolds, here comes Colton Whitworth to the outside. Into 3 and 4 for the first time. Ethan McDonald runs in to the 5th spot as the first caution comes out. Back here, it'll be 78 Ryder Egbert drawing the first caution of the B main. As that is quick to go 1 lap. Let's see Watching here, Rance Llewellyn gets into Aiden Turner, who gets into Ryder Egbert, who gets in to Kevin Fry. So Ryder, as green flag's back out.
Green flag.
And we are back underway here in Lanier, and a little bit of a traffic jam going off into 1 and 2. Several contenders going to have to fall to the back of the field. Watching Landon Capps try to make his way through. He's scored in the 9th position. Here comes Lane Riley having to make his way through the field. He's not having the weekend he wants. It's RC dragging to the outside wall. A huge pileup, and another caution will come out. Like we say, man, there's something about these B mains, and Ethan McDonald is going to have to tow a lot of damage to the 72E coming off the front. And let's watch how it happened. So we have a front row seat here to the carnage of the Lonestar Modified Series. 4 wide coming off the corner. Whitworth comes down. Bell comes into him. It's a chain reaction. McDonald off the bumper of the 68 of Lane Riley. And R.C. Gregg goes for a wild ride, as that's rollover number 7 of the year. Tough break. As we're going to come back to the green flag this time. We're back underway. Off the 3 and 4, watching the 69 and young. Colton Whitford slides way up the racetrack. They're going to be 3 wide for the 4th spot coming off. They're going to make a little bit of a maintenance contact. And we saw that 3 wide doesn't work so far. Now we're going to be watching the flying flagman, Kevin Fry. Fry up into the 7th position that time by. Here comes Grayson Lee on his bumper. How about Grayson Lee having a good run in the DDR, number 88 XXX. Lane Riley up into the 5th position. 6th is Colton Whitworth. 7, Kevin Fry. Meanwhile, back up front, it's Reynolds' business at the front, trying to Reynolds wrap up his way into tonight's A main. Is the 29 and Tate Reynolds. Here comes Dylan Blackburn. Will throw the slider back underneath. That's going to be the battle for 2nd spot. Landon Capps nipping at the heels as the 012 of Kaysen/Roy Capps running away. Slider exchange in the 3 and 4 this time by between Reynolds and the 48 of Blackburn. Let's walk in the field there. Ethan McDonald right now scored as the last car in the show, but here comes Sonny Penn to the inside. Penn out, McDonald in, through the corner. Grayson Lee slipping. Now Grayson Lee back into the 11th spot. Grayson Lee hopes to hold on, keeping the car more straight than everybody. That's going to cost him a lot of momentum coming out of the corner. He makes a little contact there with the 72 of Ethan McDonald, who's got that 05 nipping at his heels. Does Sonny Penn have enough to squeeze by one of these 2 competitors as we are on lap number 10 of 15? 6 more laps to go. McDonald gets into the outside. Kevin Fry around. Ethan McDonald hurt. Will a caution come out? Grayson Lee.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Still in the 11th spot as the caution does come out for the 72E of Ethan McDonald, who parks it inside the turn 3 wall as they were racing hard there for the transfer spot. Don't know if something happened in front of him, but it looks like the contact. We will change it to, let's change it to the far chase to see what happened in front of them. There's Kevin Fry right in front of them coming off. So it looks like 2 bits of incidental contact as things close up quickly. Off of turn number 4, Kevin Fry goes around, Ethan McDonald goes around. So both of those competitors will have to take their quick repairs, single file, as we're going to come to 4 more laps to go.
Green, green, green.
Let's go back and watch the battle for the transfer spot. Sonny Penn, Parker McElroy. The last 2 cars to try to make the show. Here comes McElroy to the inside this time. McElroy scored in the 13th position, coming off of corner number 4. They're going to be 3 wide for the transfer spot, coming off of 4 this time by. Ethan McDonald is caught back up to Aiden Turner, but he might be running out of valuable TIME. Parker McElroy, Sonny Penn, who is going to make it? Sonny Penn has cut his teeth with a couple of races. Parker McElroy, so there's a little bit of contact between McElroy and Sonny Penn. That may be what McElroy needs. McElroy to the back of the 05 is Sonny Penn. Will he make more contact with Kevin Fry coming out of the corner? Yes, he will. 2 more laps to go. Here comes the door. Here comes the door from Parker McElroy. He gets off of it. White flag is in the air. LCD checker flag next time by. It's more chaos. for the transfer spot. Now it's Fry and Pin. Pin in, Fry out. On a 3 and 4. Drag race. Sonny Pin holds on. Kevin Fry, a playoff driver, is out of tonight's A-Main. And that all started in turns 1 and 2 with the white flag to go when the 23 of Parker McElroy gets into the side of Sonny Penn, gets the momentum he needs to clear Kevin Fry, and that leaves Sonny Penn and Kevin Fry no choice. And if I know Kevin Fry and Sonny, they're not going to door bang each other to get into the A-Main. Parker McElroy, he's a young driver. He's still going to have a lot to learn. So please do not bash Parker McElroy. It's hard racing. Remember, at the end of the day, this is just a video game. Please. We'll start it in reverse order. Starting 16th tonight, sneaking his way into the A-Main. The 05, Mr. 5'2", that's Sonny Penn. Starting his inside, the 23. Making his first ever Lonestar Modified Series start. The 23 of Parker McElroy goes outside, the 5 of Cutter Bell. Starting in the 14th position, Lincoln Speedway winner, Rance Llewellyn, that starts in the 13th spot. Young Grayson Lee races his way in. Passes 4 cars to get there. Grayson Lee will start 12th to the inside. Mr. 78 Designs, that's Ryder Egbert. The 212 of Colton Whitworth will start in the 10th position with Lane Riley, who is inside starting 9th. 8th will be the 29 of Tink Reynolds. To the inside of him will be the 25, last week's winner, and Checker Flag sponsor, Mr. Landon Caps. The 48 of Dylan Blackburn, the bridesmaid, starts in the 6th position. Casey Caps can start 5th. Colton of Birmingham, he advanced to the heat race, will start 4th. Dusty Lee 3rd. Casey Brunson, heat race number 2 winner 2nd. And on the pole tonight, the 211 of Mr. Broxton Malone. And now this is the portion where we ask you to get off your couches, your sofas, your recliners. Get your phones out, get yourself hooting and hollering, call the cops for a domestic disturbance as we go 4 wide for you, the race fans. This is the Lonestar Modified Series at the Lanier Speedway. Our boys, we get ready to go. 40 laps. It's feature time for the Lonestar Modified Series here at the Lanier Speedway. 2 by 2 already as we go into turns number 1 and 2. Here comes Casey Brunson to the outside. He'll try to take the race lead away from Broxton Malone. These guys know each other very well. LCD versus LCD. Here comes Colton Birmingham. He rides the pine along with the 10 of Brunson. Looks like the outside has the momentum. Give the lead to Brunson. Off at turns number 3 and 4. Will it stick off into 3 and 4 this time? By here comes Dusty Lee. They're 3 wide off the bottom of turn number 4 there for the 2nd spot. Gaggle of cars gathering there as here comes Landon Caps throwing his name to the hat. The Cousins make contact right now. The race is for 3rd. Colton Birmingham second up to the back of the Casey Brunson. We're watching it out for 3rd right now. Broxton Malone continues to push back as there goes Dusty Lee Jr. to the outside. Broxton Malone not letting him get away. There's a little bit of contact. It's going to allow Dylan Blackburn to suck back underneath. It's going to be a battle for 3rd. Here comes Blackburn. 2 guys who have finished 2nd. And meanwhile, back out front, it's Colton Birmingham and Casey Brunson. Door to door like they were in the heat race. Slider coming from Birmingham. Crossover this time from Casey Brunson. Brunson knows these crossover moves very well. It's what costed him last week at Eldora. Off in a 3 and 4 this time by coming down. We are about an 1/8 of the way complete. 5 down, 35 to go here at the Lanier Speedway. Another crossover coming from Colton Birmingham. That's all he can do until he finds a way around the 10. Casey Brunson has to mess up. Birmingham to the back of the 10 of Brunson this time by through the field. Brunson continuing to hold on to that lead. Does Birmingham have enough to make a charge off in the 3 and 4? Birmingham thinks better of it. He does get to the door this time. It might be a drag race for the position off the corner. It's a choo-choo train. Get your tickets. Haul aboard. Haul aboard. It's a choo-choo train around the top of the speedway. Into turns number 3 and 4 they go this time by. That allows Dusty Lee Jr. as there's virtually no grip on the bottom. Dusty Lee Jr. gets to the back of the 10 of Colton Birmingham, who slips away from your leader. In the meantime, Casey Brunson. This time we'll be coming to 31 to go. We got 32 to go. I hear cars crunching up, and we do have a melee in the turn number 1 here. with 9 laps complete, bringing out our first caution flag. As we will watch the 5 of Cutter Bell here, racing with Parker Mayelroy and Grayson Lee. They make a little bit of contact as it looks like it started in front of them. Tate Reynolds and Colton Whitworth come together. Let's watch the 29 of Reynolds. Looks like that may have started earlier there with the 78 of Ryder Egbert, and it did. Off in turns number 3 and 4. This was just outside the top 10. Ryder gets into the back of Tate. Tate's going to lose the car, goes around. Here comes Colton Whitworth, and everybody else piles into him. His first ever Lonestar Modified Series start. We're going to watch Colton Birmingham. All the starters. The green flag is back out. We're going to have 31 laps to go. Off in turn number 1 and 2, they go this time by. Here comes Dusty Lee. He's going to try to throw the slider on the bottom, see what meat sticks there in the 88 Chevrolet X. Nothing. Here comes a choo-choo train to the outside. Dusty Lee's got to keep his foot in it. Slides way up the racetrack. Here comes that choo-choo train. Only 2 cars on the bottom so far. Dusty Lee a little bit of contact there with Colton Birmingham. Dusty Lee puts Birmingham to the outside wall, but Birmingham to the back bumper of Casey Brunson. Down the back stretch they go this time by into 3 and 4. 2 by 2 for the third spot. Dusty Lee desperately trying to hold off the 48 of Dylan Blackburn. A little bit of more incidental contact. Off into turns number 1 and 2 they go this time by. We're trying to watch if Colton Birmingham has anything. For the 10 of Casey Brunson. We're going to watch through the field right now. Up in the top line. Oh, hold on to it. Kaysen Katz almost went for a wild ride, but Dusty Lee Jr. able to avoid it. We're still choo-choo training around the top, watching them. Tate Reynolds making quick work there of the guys in front of him. We'll be watching the 25, no, the 68 of Lane Riley. That's back there for about the 5th position, so this is just to get into the top 5 right now. A little bit of a blink from Kaysen Katz. Kaysen Katz going to try to throw the slider on Lane Riley. Remember, all these guys have previous history, so all these guys will race each other differently. Get your tickets again. All aboard. The choo-choo train's back. Landon Katz trying to find something on the bottom here. He sits in the 6th position, 1 position out right behind the series points leader. Dylan Blackburn now gaining 2 points on Dusty Lee Jr. in the playoff race. If he can hold on to it tonight. Colton Birmingham hasn't really made any progress. Sonny Penn and Grayson Lee doing battle. Cutter Bell right in front of Tate Reynolds. Rance Llewellyn holds on to the 10th position. 9th right now, Ryder Egbert, 8th, Kaysen Katz. As we are watching the field try to move up around the choo-choo train as the caution comes out again. Another melee, this time in turn number 3. Grayson Lee involved. 2 young guns racing here hard in the back of the pack, and Sonny Penn went to throw the slider on Grayson Lee and collected Colton Whitworth, who might have hit the outside wall and was collected. Stacked back up here. Up here.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag, we're back on our way. Off in the turns on 1 on 2 they now. Here comes Dylan Blackburn through the slider for second as the caution comes back out. Let's see who it was for. Rance Llewellyn. Let's see what happened there. Lane Riley giving an EOL penalty. As, oof. That's going to be a 50-50 call on that one. Let's watch it on the start here. Is that on Lane Riley? Does he give him the room, or is he already, does Rance need to let off? We'll let you vote on that one at home. That's our 8th rollover of the season for the 33 or Rance Llewellyn machine. We're back underway.
Green, green, green.
22 to go. Birmingham doesn't really get the best of starts off in a 1 and 2. Brunson able to launch himself into 3 and 4 this time by. We're watching the 21B of Broxton Malone as he rides the pine trying to get around the 48. A little bit of almost contact, but look at Blackburn having to get on the binders. There's a melee behind him. And oh no, is that the 10C of Colton Birmingham into the outside wall? Yes, it is. Oh no. We'll talk about him enough. The announcer's curse will come for him. And the right front breaks, and unfortunately, there's no contact. The right front breaks off the turn 4 wall. And Colton Birmingham's. What chances left of Colton Birmingham to take this win may have just gone up in smoke, as we are just at the halfway point. Malone, a former winner. Landon Cap's a former winner to the inside. They got to be coaching Casey.
Green flag, green flag.
We are in the second half of the race now. Off into turns number 1 and 2 they go this time by. Blackburn going to try to cross over the CBR Racing number 10 as he stacks up everybody inside him. Here comes the White Castle for the lead. Off of 3 into 4. The caution comes out again. Gosh dang it, Lane Riley. And that happened in front of Lane Riley. Apologies to Lane Riley. And that's going to happen. Oh, bag dog, no biscuit for former American Crate Late Model Series winner, Case and Caps, as that's all the 012 coming way up the racetrack and causing the melee there. Our driver right there. Race control barking orders to the bad dog, no biscuits. Oh, Landon Caps showing his displeasure to the 78 of Ryder Egbert, and Ryder's going to have to back it up. A little bit of a tempers flared moment. The boxing gloves come out here at Lanier. Something happened. Unless you try to warm up the car. I don't know why you'd need to warm up the tires here on the iRacing platform. But I definitely think that was a boxing glove. Carson Cherry. Carson Cherry is getting me wound up like the top string on a Texas fiddle about to play Devil Went Down to Georgia. Well, I mean, while we got it, why don't we just calm everything down, play some PBR, sip your coffee. You're watching the ASMR of the Lonestar Modified Series Pacing. We'll be right back. As I take a drink of water, we get ready to go. Green flag back out. More contact throughout the field. Off the turns number 1 and 2, they go this time by. Looks like Casey Brunson gets the best of the 48 of Blackburn. We're going to be watching the 21B of Broxton Malone. This time off into turns number 3 and 4. Tate Reynolds knocking on the door of a top 3 here. His first ever top 3 with a Lone Star Modified Series. And you know Tate has had the worst of luck. Here comes Colton Birmingham trying to battle his way back through the field. He's up into the 8th position, gets around the 012 at Case and Caps. He's got to work behind the young driver, Grayson Lee. Tate Reynolds into the outside wall. Things get hairier than Carey off turn number 4. Oh, a little bit of a wheelie. Shades of South Texas Race Ranch 2024. Big blink from Cutter Bell. More contact. Parker McElroy. Oh, McElroy and Lane Riley made contact. And that's going to bring out the caution flag. Lane Riley using his experience in the tuners. That's just keep chugging forward. Oh, makes a little bit of incidental contact there with Mr. 78 Designs himself, who was racing with Grayson Lee. Cutter Bell blinked for a little bit, but contact, more contact. Parker McElroy goes for a ride, a virtual ride. And Lane Riley off into turns number 3 and 4. This time by back off the right foot of Casey Brunson. Going to have about 16 more laps to go. In turns number 1 and 2, they go this time by. Brunson going to throw the slider, trying to defend the run from Dylan Blackburn. That gives Dylan Blackburn a heck of a run. 3 wide from the race lead. A little bit of incidental contact. Blackburn going to go block the 21B of Broxton Malone. Who's got the lead off the corner? It's Dylan Blackburn. The bridesmaid trying on the bride's dress right now. Off the turns number 1 and 2. More contact between Brunson and Blackburn. This is what happened to Brunson last week. Touches the inside wall, loses a little bit of momentum. Casey Brunson back to second, but the top 3 throw a blanket over him. Here they come as they're 3 wide for the 4th spot behind them. Case and Caps trying to make some move there in the 012. Off into 3, into 4, this time by 2 by 2. Here comes Rance Llewellyn. Where did he come from? Trying to be like Kevin Harvick, trying to close this one out with a victory. Top 4, nose to tail off of turns number 3 and 4. We're watching the 48 of Blackburn. We should be watching the guys behind him as they are 3 wide. Dusty Lee Jr. is fading. Here comes Tate Reynolds to the outside. That's a battle for the top 5 position. who is going to be fifth. They're 3 wide to settle it. Ryder Egbert's there. Rance Llewellyn has put his way up into the 5th spot right now. That's actually a battle for 6. So good battle going on for 6 right now, as the top 4 are bobsledding it nose to tail off of turns number 3 and 4 this time by. We are going to be coming to 10 more laps to go, as Sonny Penn sitting up into the outside wall out of harm's way. Looks like we will still be racing. So tough break for Sonny Penn. There's the caution for Lane Riley. We'll see what happened to Sonny Penn first, as Sonny Penn was running just outside the top 10. Oh, heck of a run from Cutter Bell. It looks like Sonny Penn may have hit the wall, had nowhere to go. Yeah, net code there from Grayson Lee. That part Sonny Penn right up. Smelling the bouquets. He sees the roses. The light at the end of the tunnel is there. Can he get to it first? Green flag is back out here at Lanier. Here comes Brunson back to the inside. He's trying to get his lead back. Here comes Malone with him. Malone a little bit of contact. Rance Llewellyn. Case and Katz was the only car to go up and ride the pine, and he's right there in the conversation. Off of 3 into 4 this time by. Still give the lead to Dylan Blackburn. Give it Case and Katz. There's something cooking up at the top of the speedway. 3 wide for third. Coming off the corner. Katz into the outside wall. Here comes Brunson. Did Katz show his feather too easily? Blackburn still out in front of this one. We're watching the battle for a second right now between Case and Katz and Casey Brunson. Brunson might be relegated to the new bridesmaid. Off into 3 and 4 this time by. Here comes Ryder Egbert and Rance Llewellyn with him. Tate Reynolds back into the 6th spot. That looks like Dusty Lee has fallen all the way back to 7th. So a huge points day for Dylan Blackburn if he can win this thing. It's still a battle for 2nd. We come to 5 more laps to go here at Lanier for the 48 of Dylan Blackburn, who tried to muscle his way through the 10 of Casey Brunson. Does Brunson have anything for Blackburn? He's into the outside wall hard. Here comes Katz and Broxton Malone. That's going to be shaping up a battle for 2nd, but Dylan Blackburn is slipping away. Another win. Slipping from the grasp of Casey Brunson. He's got to get the momentum wound up on the outside. 3 more laps to go. He's got to do something to run the line of Dylan Blackburn. 2.5 laps to go. We come to the Twin Sticks this time by. Does Brunson have anything? Brunson seems to be fading. He needs a caution flag more than ever. 1.5 laps to go here for the Lone Star Modified Series. We come to the white flag in hand. Next lap, it's the Landon Katz Design checkered flag lap. The bridesmaid, Dylan Blackburn. I believe 3 second place finishes on the season. A controversial 3rd place finish. And he will get the best points night of his life. And he will end the bridesmaid category. You may kiss the bride. Dylan Blackburn wins at Lanier. 2nd goes to Casey Brunson. 3rd goes to Case and Caps. Let me get the music down here. 1 second, Dylan. Let me turn you up so the people at home can hear you. Dylan, do you got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, the bridesmaid honors for the first 4 races of this season, and then you come out, you throw the heck of a slider there on Casey Brunson, and you end up getting your first Lone Star Modified Series victory. Tell us how you feel right now.
I'm speechless, man. I'm so happy to finally get it done. I want to say thank you to Casey, because he had so many opportunities to just plow straight through me, and I'm sure many of other people in that race would have, but he didn't, so thank you to him. Shout out to Kevin Fry for calming me down those final few laps and spotting me in a way. And thank you to Chris Ferguson Motorsports for giving me the best setups on the sim.
Well, Dylan, when's the next time you're going to be out in real life racing that number 48?
The plan so far is to race the 87 at Waco on Friday and then hopefully race my car Saturday at Kennedale for the first time with the new wrap.
Well, catch Dylan Blackburn, now 1-time Lone Star Modified Series feature winner. And Dylan, Dusty finished outside the top 5. That's going to give you a huge points day. You're 1-2 coming into this. How does it feel collecting a good amount of points on the 88? You might have just walked out of here with the points lead.
It feels great, man. I've been working so hard just trying to beat Dusty every single race. It's hard to because he's really tough to beat, but he got a lot of bad breaks, and I got a lot of really good ones. So shout out to him for also running a really great season, but I'm pumped.
Well, that's Dylan Blackburn, tonight's winner. Congrats, man. Go celebrate.
Thank you, sir.
So we're going to talk to the man who might be the new bridesmaid, Casey Brunson. Let me turn you up. Casey, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Casey, another one that kind of slipped away in the second half. You had it figured out there a little bit, and then Blackburn comes in with the slider. Do you feel like you showed your cards there too early?
No, it just transferred down to the bottom there, that one restart, and I didn't realize it. And after that, I just didn't have enough drive off of 2. He was really getting me, and didn't have good enough car there at the end.
Well, man, when we get the green flag laps in, how fun is it racing with this group of guys?
That is really rare, but it's pretty fun. But we only get about good 5 laps in to pace for the next 30 minutes.
Well, we hear some rumblings that you might be making your first start of the year this year. If you are, where's it going to be at?
It'll be the Mara Waco in a stock car. I think I'm racing. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm pretty sure I am.
Well, Casey, do you have anyone you want to thank on that number 10 machine?
LCD, you've put it on the stream, and cars are put on the race.
Well, that's Casey Brunson, man. Go have a great night, man.
You too.
All right. Casey Caps is muted. We have drug him back in. Now he's unmuted. Casey, you got me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, man, what a great night tonight. You have to run the backup car, so to speak, but you still had a lot of speed, and you still had a lot left in the tank. Do you think you need a longer green flag run?
Yeah, I had my car didn't come in until late. I definitely had the fastest car there at the end. It's just didn't really ever come in till when I needed it to.
Everyone chugging along the bottom. You're the only car to go up top there, and you get a handful of positions. How many cars do you think you passed on that one move?
I think I passed like 5 in one lap. Honestly, I mean it was up there. I just didn't expect it to be, and I was just too tight, and I entered too low, and then I just kind of screwed it up for myself.
Well, Casey, crate late models are off until July 31st and August 1st. So where do you plan on racing for the time being?
Well, we got a wedding to go to this Saturday, and then on Sunday we're going to pick up a modified, and I should be racing that in a few weeks. So that's the plan.
Well, if you let us know, IMCA, USRA, do you plan on going to some Tom's events?
It'll be an IMCA car. It's my dad's old JMR car. That's just that's what it'll be. Mr. Oren Dodgen, he's just gonna let us have the car, and we're gonna race it. So thank you to him. It means a lot to me.
Well, thank you, Casey. Do you have anyone you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, and Oren Dodgen, D1 Demolition, and that's it.
That's Casey Caps, man. Go celebrate. We'll see you back here next week.
Thank you.
And that's going to do it for us. Remember some announcements before we go. Make sure to sign up for the first ever Race On versus Drivers softball game. Link in the comments. And August 1st, I will be racing the Andrews Racing number 51L at Kennedale Speedway Park. So that is my personal announcement. And then December 11th and 12th on this channel, as that's that finish again, Rance Llewellyn, Carson Cherry putting up $1,000 guaranteed to win in the dirt street stocks on the iRacing platform. We want to thank our sponsors, WRX by JT, 78 Designs, Certain Speed Shop, and Williams Plumbing. I forgot to mention you. Well, thank you guys. This has been Cody Lewis for the Lone Star Modified Series. We will see you here next Thursday night.